Andy,
yes, JJ.
I'm sitting there and I'm so confused and shocked.
Why?
At my friend's analysis.
Why?
It doesn't hold water.
Explain.
First of all, Nana, gas is not the only source of fuel.
Yes.
That's the first thing.
But is it the cheapest?
Gas could be cheaper. And I'll give you the statistics here. But I'm saying that when you say, oh, gas infrastructure, as if gas is the only option. Mm-hmm. Most of the plants are dual fuel.
Okay.
KTPP can use distillate fuel. AXA can use heavy fuel oil. And it's not as if they've not been using these fuels. So don't make it look as if we've been depending on gas solely throughout the period. Some of the plants have been firing on distillate fuel. Some have been firing on HFO. The truth is that you don't have the money to buy that fuel today. The economy is so broke that the Ministry of Finance can no longer procure heavy fuel oil. It's not a matter of gas alone. Then by your analysis, it will take us 2 years before we resolve this problem. Because to construct a gas plant and commission it, minimum 2 years. So this doesn't come in at all. You see, it is true, you could have some setbacks. But honesty is the key issue here. This government and its communicators have been extremely dishonest to the people of Ghana. When this thing started, the first excuse they gave us was that transformers were overloaded. Is that not true? Is that not what they told us? Then Gridco wrote a letter, official letter to the minister, that it is not about transformers being overloaded and that there's a deficit in generation and that they communicate on a daily basis to ECG to take some people off. Sometimes ECG refuses. So they are compelled to take off the bulk supply point like Malam, Pokwase, and the rest. Other than that, there will be a system collapse.
Those ones are under their control.
Yes, because that's the bigger one. And Malam was done through President Mahama. 47 million. Pokwase through President Mahama. About 50 million from the Millennium Challenge Corporation account to bolster the system and make it more resilient. So if we ask you to put individual ones and you can't put it off, we put the main one off and take off a chunk of Greater Accra. That happened. Then the PURC directed ECG to comply with their directives. That was not adhered to. So eventually the Mines and Energy Committee summoned all of them to Alisa. Here, on a Saturday, all of them said, look, government should have done this. Government is not doing it. Prior to that, the minister had told us that if we feel we need a timetable for dumsor, we should go and prepare our own timetable. Look, this is the chronology of events. When they appeared before the committee, and I have the PRC report here, PRC made a full presentation to us. Daily, the deficits. Gridco made a presentation. After that, Energy Commission made a presentation. ECG itself made a presentation. The ministry made a presentation. All of us came to the conclusion that the problem is fuel. And it's in our report. All of us, we concluded that there is not a matter of transformers. Those transformers were just about 1%. 1% of their 33,000 transformers. So it was negligible. And PURC even disputed. They claimed that they were overloaded. We said, even if they're overloaded, what is the cause of the problem? If ECG's transformers, all of them are available today and they are not loaded, there will be load shedding. That is a fact. And you see, facts are facts. You can have your opinion about why dumsor, okay, but as for the facts, they are sacrosanct. Today, as we speak, this night, they will shed or they will engage in load shedding of 500 megawatts. That's the deficit.
Why?
The plants are available. You see, you can have installed capacity, and I was surprised Kojo was. So at time you had installed capacity, but Akosombo went so dry. What can you do? Even if you bring the fuel, you can't do anything. So you needed to ramp up generation. It's true, sometimes there are some delays. I wouldn't fault that, and that can affect you. But that is not the situation currently. The plants are available. We have installed capacity of about 5,500 megawatts.
Yes,
peak demand is 3,600 megawatts. So we have redundancy.
So what it means
That is one.
What it means is that if even 700, 800 megawatts were out of the system on the basis
You still have enough capacity.
Yeah, on the basis of maintenance or all those things. We
Or
should still be
emergencies,
fine.
We should still be fine. That's why you look at available capacity. Because it's available. You can have installed capacity of the 5,000, but like he said, same power may be down 450, another, let's even take 1,000 is down. You still have 4,500 available capacity. The Akosombo Dam is full.
To meet your peak of
To meet your
3,000
peak.
something.
All you need is fuel. And that is a fact. All we need today is fuel. And that fuel is not just about gas. Because gas is a medium to long-term issue. What we need today is to procure heavy fuel oil
So
and
explain,
distillate fuel.
JJ, explain something for me. If we're saying that we have installed capacity of about 5,500 and our peak demand is about 3,750, let's even say 4,000. Let's even say 4,000. It means that we have redundancy of about 1,500.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if 500 is not available out of this 1,500, why must we have those?
We must not.
So
We
why?
must not.
So
And
why?
because they don't have money to procure the fuel. Simple. Look, simplicity. If government is able to procure the fuel today, load shedding is over. It's a financial issue. It has nothing to do with technical issue. Technical issue is when the plants are down. So even if you have money, immediately you can't resolve it. Because energy sector projects are capital intensive. They have a long gestation period. They take a long time. But in this case, the plants are ready. And we invited the IPPs. Look, we invited all the... This is unofficial record. It was recorded. I even insisted that they should swear an oath. So that if anybody lies, that person can be taken to court. But they admitted that, look, they'll be honest. And in fact, they were honest. This is recorded. Not just written. It's recorded. And it came to light that the problem is fuel. Now, if this government doesn't even accept that the problem is fuel, how can they solve it? If they engage in this deceptive, deliberate deceptive
But why
politics.
will no, JJ? You're not in government, but I just want to understand something. Look, we all understand that this country, we declared bankruptcy. We've gone to the IMF. We have a DDEP program. We are still negotiating with people we owe. We have not sorted things out. We've given rude haircuts to our people. We all know where we find ourselves. So if we have every day there is somebody government owes, whether they are caterers, they are uniform suppliers. Yes, every day we hear people who government owe, whether they are agricultural sellers or whatever, all asking for their money. So if indeed the issue is that we have some problems with purchasing fuel, and so we are going to have problems, what is the big deal?
Yes, yeah.
What's the big deal?
What is look, and that committee, Randy, they admitted, look, they were so humble. The facts
Who
came
was
out.
so humble?
The ministry. Ejapa was there. Krapa was there. Napo came the next day. Oscar represented Energy Commission, the boss. Ishmael represented PURC. The ECG boss, what's his name? Dubik was there. Viere, the boss, was there. His NETCO boss who had gone to Hajj, so he asked his deputy to represent him. The facts were laid bare. So we've crossed that stage. The stage up to the course of
but
this
the honest truth that you were told in the room at Alisa is unknown to the public.
But Randy,
because the public perhaps would appreciate the issue. My point is that if you're candid about a thing, and we all know that, look, this is the situation.
But Randy, something happened.
Yes.
Right after the meeting, I addressed the press. I called the press to come there.
Okay.
Unknown to them, I brought all the press there to wait at the lobby. Then after my address, the chairman of the committee, he's the chairman. He's an MPP member. Yes, at least
we all
you
heard
might fault me.
We all heard him. Yeah.
He was very candid.
We all heard him. Yeah.
So it's not as if the facts were not put out. And then on top of that, I asked the question, okay, this is a fuel challenge. Minister, when do you think we'll get fuel? Because if we get fuel, it's over. I said, well, they are still negotiating. They are talking to finance to see whether finance can give some money. But something came up. Since August, the Ministry of Finance has consistently failed to pay its portion into the cash waterfall mechanism. 200 million cedis every month on account of MMDAs, such as the health sector, police, not even 1 cedi.
Yeah, but the Ministry of Finance is broke.
So that's where I'm going.
Yes.
That has compounded to 1.6 million. Billion, sorry. So if the Ministry of Finance had made payments, at least that money could have been ring-fenced to buy fuel. So I made the point that if the Ministry of Finance cannot even pay for power consumed, how would they be able to get money for you to buy a parcel of fuel at about $58 million? It became obvious that they couldn't. So the chairman then directed and was adopted by the committee that given the state of affairs and the fact that before us, you are uncertain of when you will get fuel to resolve the challenge because of the financial bankruptcy that this government has led us into, we so direct that publish the load shedding timetable so that at least Ghanaians can plan their lives. Then the minister's representative said, well, we agree with you, but sometimes it's difficult.
Why?
We went into it and said, oh, sometimes the magnitude fluctuates. Then I came with a compromise and said, at least we know that today there will be load shedding. So in the morning, let ECG put it on their network or their platform that look, these areas may experience power outage, so they prepare. And they said, oh, that sounded like a compromise. So we agreed that if they can't give like a 1 month or 2 months load shedding timetable, at least weekly basis or fortnight or whatever, within that short period. Because today, I know that this week, Bidco has projected that on a daily basis, at peak, there will be a shortfall of 500. It's known for the week. It's known. The system operator generates it because they know the fuel available. And you can tell that based on this fuel, even if you were to order fuel, minimum 1 week before the fuel arrives. So from Monday to the end of the week, we're going to have a load shedding of 500 megawatt. Publish it. When they left, powers that be instructed them not to publish it. So even despite parliamentary committee's directive, the power sector players have refused to publish the load shedding timetable. All in the spirit of what you call political expediency. And you are punishing Ghanaians, peddling falsehood, concocted deliberate lies, just to hoodwink Ghanaians. And you think that is fair? Is that how we govern? No, is that how we govern? Won't you take Ghanaians serious at least for a moment? And you are dribbling people, spinning here and there, and claiming that transformers. But before the committee, you admit that it's a fuel challenge.